Okay, guys, hi there. I am actually really sorry. When I scheduled this, I scheduled it as a hangout, not a hangout on air. So I really hope that those of you that follow me here are able to find this hangout, because I know I had scheduled it and made kind of some mistakes in scheduling it and having the link and all that. Even those of you that got the email, I sent you guys the wrong link. So I hope folks are gonna come. I see. I'm sorry. But anyway, this video is going to be saved on my channel, so you guys will be able to see it. Even if you're not watching it live, you'll be able to see it on the channel, because it'll be saved in my playlist. I have a playlist of videos, and they are called, the playlist is How to Start a YouTube Channel. Okay, so folks are coming in. Hey, folks. So the playlist is actually called How to Start a YouTube Channel. And so you're going to find this and many other videos that I've created in this family or in this genre of videos. So if you're new, my name is Lisa. I am here on YouTube, I'm a beauty and fashion blogger, but gosh, I can't see a thing. Here on YouTube, I'm a beauty and fashion blogger, or vlogger rather. Mostly at this point, I don't do as much fashion as I used to. It's really more beauty, particularly hair and makeup. But I'm also a brand coach. I'm a digital brand coach. I work with female entrepreneurs, helping them to monetize their online businesses and just give branding advice. And I also work with them in video marketing and how to incorporate video marketing into their entire marketing strategy. So tonight's topic is how to choose the best videos for your channel. And so I get this question a lot, particularly from those who are new to YouTube. And one thing you have to recognize when you're coming to watch these hangouts is that my whole gospel is about essentially using your channel as a platform to brand yourself as your own brand. I do not support or believe in relying on other brands to fund your business. Although all that extra money is nice, don't get me wrong, when brands recognize you as a business and they want to pay you for reviews, whether they're here or on your website, blog, what have you, all of that is great, but I consider that to be fun money. I think essentially what you're going to want to do is always be figuring out a way how to monetize your own brand, so that, what if it dries up? Sometimes brands are funny. Sometimes they don't want to work with you. Sometimes they do want to work with you. Sometimes, they don't pay, so it's all about building your own brand. That being said, I do believe that if you want to be known for a particular thing, that there are some strategic ways you want to approach your YouTube channel so that folks can, believe in your authority, so that you can establish your authority. So let me get my notes here. And those of you that are, I hope you can actually, I imagine you can't hear me. Otherwise, someone would be messaging me telling me you can't hear me, because there is that funny thing. So Google Hangout does have a Q&A feature, although for live Hangout, you can't ask me questions. You can't ask me questions on YouTube, but certainly if you're following me here via Google, what you can do is click on the Q&A box, and you are able to ask me questions there. So I have the Q&A box open, so you're certainly welcome to ask questions. So I'm gonna pull out my notes here and just kind of start. So if you are new to, and I'm approaching this from a beginner standpoint, so hopefully those of you that are not necessarily beginners can still gain some knowledge from this hangout. So the first thing, if you're creating a channel and you want to be known for something, that the first thing you're going to want to do is have a channel trailer. I have one on my channel. It's a couple of years old. I actually need to update it. And I've used it actually. I film with iMovie is my editor. I use iMovie and Final Cut Pro, but this was created specifically in iMovie because iMovie has channel trailer templates. So all I had to do was add in some pictures and some footage, and it kind of did what it was supposed to do. And so you can, if you use iMovie, see if there's a trailer. Now, again, that's the only software I use. I can't even speak to what's available via some Windows-based software. But for iMovie, there are trailers you can use, and you can also just create your own. Like, it's not, if you're already familiarizing yourself with the editing process, you can of course just create a basic trailer. Trailer aside, You can also create just a video where you introduce yourself and you say, hey, this is who I am, this is what my brand is, this is what you'll find on this channel. Okay, so that's just the one quick tip. The other thing I'll say is that one thing you'll always have to recognize when you're first starting out on YouTube is that YouTube is a search engine, right? So given that it's a search engine, just like Google, just like Yahoo, just like, what is it, Bing, these are search engines. People go in there and they're specifically looking for things. And if you're new to YouTube, right, you're just here, folks aren't going to find you if you're not optimizing your content. Now, I did do a live hangout before where it was called how to optimize. I have a video in my playlist on my channel called How to Start a YouTube Video. I do have one of the videos is all about optimizing your videos for searchability. So I'm not going to get into all of that tonight. But what I will say is whatever you're deciding to do on your channel, recognize that you are presenting to people that you are an authority in some subject matter. And if you are an authority, you have to think about, what if this is my authority, if this is the thing that I know, this is the thing that I'm good at, I have to make sure that I'm creating videos that speak to that authority, that help me build that authority. And so you have to create videos that people are going to search for. You're an expert, so you have to think, okay, what is somebody going to search for to land on this video? Because they're not going to find you otherwise. You can't be running around asking people to sub for sub. You can't rely on your family and friends to watch all your videos because perhaps they aren't your audience. So that's the other question. That's the next thing that I would want you to do. This is step number 2, or rather step number 3, right? The step number 3 is to think about who your audience member is. Like who are you creating the video for? So place yourself in the position. And here's the thing that I encourage you to do is actually create this character in your head. Give this, just think of one person who'd be in this audience. Give this person even a name. In fact, with some of the clients that I coach, right? So I'm a digital brand coach. With some of the people that I coach, we have actually given their person a name. So we have, let's just say one of them, her name is, Sandra, right? So Sandra is a woman who is in her, early 30s. She is a career woman. She doesn't have kids, but maybe she wants to have kids. She's married. And so if you think about, and she's, let's say she's Latina, right? So if we think about creating content for women who are, so if given that scenario, we have her name is Sandra. She's in her early 30s. She's Latina. She's married. She's not necessarily she doesn't have children yet, but she's thinking about having children, and she's a career girl. She likes to work. So you have to kind of really seriously sit and break down who this character is, right? Who this audience person is. And once you have that information and you're really clear on this being the audience that you're speaking to specifically, and I do encourage breaking it down. I do think demographics matter, and socioeconomic status matters, and race matters. I believe all that stuff plays into who might be coming to your channel. And so once you have that stuff kind of narrowed down, it allows you to then step back and start thinking about how to create content for that particular person. What you don't want to do is just come on YouTube and think you're going to create the same content that this person and that person, this person creates, and think you're going to get the same result. Establish people. For instance, I'm going to give myself as an example, right? So when I started on YouTube, many moons ago, one of the things that I did is, and I had my favorites, right? I had the people that I loved to watch, and I saw them doing everything. They did fashion hauls, they did outfit of the day videos, they did makeup hauls, they did makeup tutorials, they did some hair tutorials, they did everything. But recognize that YouTube was a different space back then. Like there weren't as many people on. So when someone had to search for something, it was very likely that your name would come up because 4 or 5 years ago, YouTube isn't what it is today. And so they had the luxury and the ability to just kind of do everything, right? Today, I really, truly believe that you have to build your authority on one thing and ride that out. And you have to decide what is the one thing that I'm super into, that I'm really good at, that I could teach people or educate people about, that is also in my audience. Does that make sense? Anyone have any questions? Feel free to use the Q&A box to ask me some questions, because I want to make sure that I'm clear on some of this kind of advice that I'm giving. Because what you don't want to do is say to yourself, I'm going to make some hair videos, and I'm also going to make some, because people search for specific things. And if they see you do a hair video and then you don't do another one for like 4 to 5 weeks, and you just keep banging out some makeup videos, and they really are there for your hair videos, and this is like my own personal experience, I'll tell you, and they really are there for your hair videos, you're going to lose them. You're going to lose them. And so it's all about branding yourself from the very onset. In my particular experience as a Black woman creating content that really Black women are gravitating towards, I can honestly tell you that my channel has grown because I've done hair videos. And it's only grown that way in the last, I want to say 6-7 months, when I started doing hair videos. Because, you know, not for nothing, I'm a makeup enthusiast. So there are some videos that I can do that people will come for, right? So I don't do makeup tutorials anymore, because the unanimous decision based on my viewers and the number of dislikes I got on makeup videos, it just wasn't the thing that people wanted to, it just wasn't the thing that people were searching for when they came to my channel. It wasn't the thing that was grabbing their attention. If I look at all of my videos in the last, I want to say, I don't know, 4-5 months, the highest videos are across the board by a landslide, my hair videos. And you're going to see, as you create these videos, in the beginning, you may have to just do a little bit of everything. But the views don't lie. You will see in the views, in the analytics, what people are gravitating towards, and give them what they want. Don't try to do everything. You don't have to do fashion hauls. You don't have to do makeup tutorials if they're not watching those videos, if they're not watching them in the way they are watching the other videos. So I really encourage you to really be strategic about the content you place out and build your authority around one thing, because once you build your authority around that one thing, you will be able to then do a little bit of the other stuff that you maybe like also, and they're going to watch that stuff. They're not going to watch it as much as they watch what they're there for, but they're going to kind of watch that stuff. I know, for instance, for me right now, views are down, right, for my channel. Because I think I put out one hair video a month ago, and then I put out one last week. So I did a big gap. There was like a 6-week gap in hair videos on my channel. And I know, as much as people tell me they love my swatch videos, they wait for those videos, as much as people tell me that they do that, they don't watch them the way they watch my hair videos. So I know, based on the analytics, just by looking at the views, it's not that deep, that now that I want to get another bump in viewership on my channel and subscribership, that's what I have to do. And that's just kind of what it is. And the point of all this is, the reason why views matter and subscriber count matters is not just because it helps you to get brand partnerships, which is nice, that's nice. But it's really about you being able to have a more engaged audience in you, so that when you develop and you build and you're ready to sell your own products, you have a wider audience to do it to. So that's the ultimate point for me, is that essentially, this is maybe one of the videos I either have coming up or I've talked about before, is that the point of all of this is to have your own product and build your own personal brand, not just to grow the other brands that may be interested in using your fan base to advertise. It's really about growing yourself. So this is if I don't get some questions, folks, this is gonna be a quick video. Remember, you can use the Q&A feature to ask questions. Okay. Let's see what points here I wanted to make sure I made clear. Yeah, so I mean, essentially, I'll just go into a little more detail about, once you have the sense of who your audience is you also, of course, now that you have a sense of who your audience is, and you have maybe a name for this person, and kind of have a sense of what their lifestyle is, you then create content that they would be searching for. Because again, remember, when you are creating this content, you're not creating, you're not going to be found if it's not something that's going to help someone. That's your role, is to solve a problem for somebody. Somebody who's coming to you is because they have a particular need and they need you to solve it. My hair videos, I know, are for people with tapered haircuts who have type 4 hair. And there are many of us. And so I create videos for us so that they can see, and there are more of them than there are more people who want to know how to fix their hair with type 4 hair in a tapered cut. There are more of those people than there are people who want to have some lip swatches. That's just, you know. And I use this because I'm assuming those of you that are watching this right now are familiar with my channel and know that's kind of what I do. And I create those videos for myself. Like it's like, for me, it's like this personal thing that I have to put out into the world, that dark-skinned women can wear bright lipsticks, clearly. And so that's kind of the thing that I do. So it's part of what my platform and my brand is about. But it certainly is not for channel growth. And I know that and do it anyway. So, but if you're just starting out, don't do that. Don't do that. And I have seen people's channels skyrocket in their first year because they knew who their audience was. They knew what to do, and they created that content, and they created for them. And the funny thing is the more you create what they want, the more you'll see views and the other stuff that you do too. So if you are feeling as though you have a lack of viewership on your channel, I would encourage you to just do a quick look at the video that had the most views, the top 3 videos in the last, I would say, I don't know, 2-3 months. See what kind of video that was, and just keep, and then now you're going to go back to, and that's your brand. Recognize that that's what your brand is about. You do not have to do everything. You do not have to do what everyone else is doing. You can certainly figure out what your niche is and stick with it. This is a quick video. So that essentially is how to choose the best videos for your channel. If you have any questions at all, you can certainly email me, lisa@lisajeanfrancois.com. What I'll do is once this video box, and in that you can sign up for my mailing list, so that way if you wanted to, you would receive my free video marketing e-guide that I created. So that's like a 10-page guide I created. You can have that there. And also it allows you, when I have these hangouts, and I've scheduled the next, I think 6 or 7 hangouts. The next one isn't this week, it's going to be in a couple of weeks. So you can watch those too, and I email you guys when those are going to be coming out. My brand name is, my beauty and fashion brand is Lisa a la Mode. Someone just wrote, my top 3 videos are definitely hair videos. Absolutely. I mean, that's Tiki. Hi, Tiki. Thanks for being here. So yeah, I mean, it's really, and the funny thing is I was in this position, I want to say like 6 or 7 months ago. I was like, what the hell? What am I doing here on YouTube? Like, is this for real? And it was another blogger friend of mine who was like, all right, simmer down. And like a 10-minute analysis we did. We just looked at it, looked at the top videos, looked at what was coming in for the last couple of months. And we were like, and I tried to fight her on it too. I was like, I can't do any tutorials, I can't do a little bit of makeup. She's like, no, no. And it's funny, it's true. I mean, I do it knowing, and I don't do tutorials anymore because, again, folks just weren't happy with them. And honestly, it's just not my forte. Like, I know that. It's all about staying in your lane, folks. It's all about staying in your lane. Don't take it personally. Just stay in your lane. So yeah, that's kind of my, anyway. So what I was saying is what I'm going to do is when this video is processed and on YouTube, there's going to be a link in the description box that you can sign up for the mailing list. And also I'll put information in there if you guys are interested at all in working with a brand coach, particularly me. I have an application if you want to fill out the application to see if you can get a complimentary call with me. It's a 30 to 45-minute call where we discuss your brand and we kind of break through to see what's holding you back in building your brand. And also, what I'm telling you about this applies to all social media. Like, people need to know, tend to know people for a particular thing. And I have seen myself even on Instagram, for myself, folks on Instagram, see, YouTube is kind of with my fashion videos. They're like, oh, whatever, we'll take it or leave it. You know, I average like 1,000 views on, although I have one that just like went crazy. But on average, I average like 1,000, maybe 2,000 views on my outfit of the day videos, right? Which is fine. So YouTube doesn't love my outfit videos, but Instagram loves my fashion. So when I want to boost on IG, all I gotta do is back-to-back fashion videos. And you just kind of brand yourself as that thing so that when people go, they know what to expect visually. They know what inspiration you're gonna bring about to them. So the same thing applies to your YouTube channel. Like, folks need to know what you stand for and what to come to you for. They're gonna be really frustrated if somebody finds you and you do a bomb hair tutorial, they never see one again. It's like, you know. So anyway, that's my advice, friends and folks. You can catch me again on Lisa Alamode on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Facebook, Lisa_Alamode on Periscope and Twitter. And I'm actually going to Periscope in a few minutes. Since I'm here, I'm going to Periscope now. So anyway, thanks so much for those of you that tuned in, and stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you soon. Bye.